Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this consecutive Sudoku by Polish author Krystian Świderski. This was featured in the latest Sudoku Grand Prix, and I usually skip consecutive Sudoku during the contest because I never know where to look. Because that's the Sudoku where you have those symbols, those bars between two cells that mean that the digits are consecutive, and you have the negative rule, which is that all such bars have been given so that those digits are not consecutive here. Here they are not consecutive. And usually the bars are all over the place, and it's very difficult to make out where you're supposed to look. But in the case of this very puzzle, I saw that the whole left of the grid was just non-consecutive Sudoku, and that is a variance that I rather enjoy. So I decided to try it, and I'm glad that I did because I managed to solve the puzzle in a reasonable time. So where to start? Well, Sudoku tells us that 5 is here. So let's focus on the non-consecutive part. We see that those cells next to the 3 must not be consecutive with 3, which means that 2 and 4 are in those cells. They can't be next to the 3. Now 6 can't be here. 6 can't be next to the 5, so 6 must be here. And inside this box, now 6 can't be anywhere here, and it can't be next to the 5s, so 6 must be here. So that's a neat start. Here we're left with 1, 7, and 8, but 1 can't be here. So this is from 7, 8. 8 can't be next to the 9, so that's from 1, 7. This is from 1, 7, 8. And an interesting point is that once we have placed the 1, we know that it can't be next to the 2. So some stuff will fall into place. So where else can we look? So let's ponder the fact. What do we have in the rest of this column? 1 is up there, so we need 4, 7, 8, 9. 7 is not here, 4 is not here, so this is from 8, 9. 4 is in there, 4, 7, 8, 9. But this is not 7, so this is from 4, 8, 9. No, it is not in here. Well, I need to find what I did find during the contest, which is not always easy. What can go here? That's not 1, that's not 2, that's not 4, 5, 6, 7, because of the non-consecutive rule, so this is from 8, 9. I said 8, 9. The 3 and the 1 are not in here. And the 1 is not here, so 1 is somewhere here. And the 3 can't be next to 2 or 4. So 3 is not here, not here, not here. We have a 3 somewhere there. And this is interesting because now this can't be a 4. 4 can't be next to a 3, so 4 in the column goes there. And this is from 7, 8, 9. Now, where does 4 go? 4 is not next to the 5. So 4 inside this box is somewhere here, which means that this here is a 2, and that's a 4. 1 is not next to the 2, so 1 goes there, and that's a 3. 4 can only be here, not next to the 5. This is from 7 and 8, and this is 1. That's some measure of progress. This column needs a 3. It can't be next to the 4. So that's a 3. This is from 7, 8. This block needs a 2, and it can't be next to the 1. So that's a 2. This can't be a 7 next to the 6. So that's a 7. This is 8, 9, 7, 8, 7, 8, and 9. And so, with the magic of non-consecutive Sudoku, all this left part of the grid is full. So now we must move on to the right part of the grid, and we will use non-consecutive logic, but also consecutive logic. So where do we look at this point? Perhaps this row, not sure. Perhaps this, I just don't remember, that's the point. Oh, I'm seeing those 5s. There has to be a 5 somewhere. But 5 here we need to be next to a consecutive digit, but 4 and 6 are not available. So 5 goes there, next to a 4 or 6. We're left with 1, 3, 7, 8, 9. So those consecutive digits must be from 7, 8, 9, and 8 is in here. 1 is in this part. It can't be next to the 2. It can't be here because this would have to be a 2. So 1 is there. We need a 3, but it's not next to the 2, so that's a 3. And the consecutive digit here has to be a 4. This can't be a 7 next to the 6, so 7 is in here. And this here is a 9. 7 goes there by Sudoku. And this is now a 6. This is not consecutive, so this is 8, this is 7. That's a 4, by the way. Here we need 6 and 8, but 6 can't be next to the 5. Here we need 2 and 9. But 9 is not next to the 8. And this has to be consecutive. This can't be a 7, so that's a 9. Here I need 1 and 3. And this can't be disambiguated at this point. We still need 2, 3, 5, and 6. Here that's not 2, 5. It can't be 6 next to the 5, so that's a 3. 2, 5, and 6. Next to the 6, that's not a 5 or a 6. 5 goes there, and that's a 6. 5 is nowhere here, so 5 is in there with a consecutive digit, so it will have to be a 4. This 2 goes there. This is 1, 3, and 7. 1 doesn't work here because of this 2. And it's not next to the 2, so that's the 1. It disambiguates that. We're left with 3 and 7. Well, 3 is not next to the 2, so that's the 3. This consecutive digit has to be a 4. 4 can't be next to the 3. Here we have 6 and 8. There's an 8 here. Next to the 6, that has to be a 7, 1, and 9 in this order, because of those digits and also because of 8. So let's move on here. We need 1, 4, and 7. 1, 4 here, so that's a 7. 6 is not available, that's an 8. 1 and 4. All right. This can't be a 2, so that's the 4, that's the 1, that's the 2, and this is not a 5, so that's a 3, and this is 5. This 8 is here on this row next to a 9. We complete the column with a 3. We need 6 and 5, so that's a 6, that's a 5. Here we need 6 and 2. Here we need 4 and 9. Here we need 1 and 7. So that's a really beautiful consecutive Sudoku. I really enjoyed it. So you have to find those those particular stuff with digit 4 here. So that's what you have to find. But those are really, really elegant arguments which make for a very smooth solving path. Thanks for watching this video and see you soon on SudoKanard.